Hello everyone, my name is Joseph. I'm here just briefly to talk about diversity visa because we've had so many questions on emails, on our social media platforms, our working clients here asking about the same things. So I've come here just to make a simple presentation about the frequently asked questions about the US diversity visa lottery, or what we call the green card lottery. So just guidance for the applicants and families. What is the DV lottery? I know you've heard DV, but what is DV? Diversity visas, which means it allows people from different countries with different languages, different color, people from countries with low immigration rates to the United States. Not all countries are eligible to apply for DV lottery. Those countries with high immigration rate to the United States are not qualified. But we are lucky Uganda is part of the eligible countries. Winners become eligible to apply for US permanent residence, or what we call the PR. So being selected for DV lottery doesn't mean you've won a green card for United States. That means you've been selected, and that's why you're called selectee, or you've been nominated. So once you're nominated, there are other more procedures, there are more steps to take for you to get a green card visa to the United States. So you've been selected, you need to fill in an application for DV lottery or for permanent residence in the United States. It's called, you fill in an application called DS-260 online form. When does the DV lottery open? This is the most frequently asked question. And I want to put it very clear to you that US DV lottery application is not yet open. Usually opens in October and runs for about a month. So it runs early October and ends early November for the period, for the window period of 1 month. For DV 2027, expected to have started in October this month, after the US government shutdown ends. It's all over the social media. Everyone is talking about US shutdown, but what does it mean? It means the budget or the operational budget is not yet passed by the Congress. Since 1st October, they don't have an operational budget, or the budgets are not yet passed. So that's why they're in total shutdown. They only allow essential workers or essential services. Some of you in Uganda, you can testify, who are working with non-government organizations, you know what is happening. All workers have been laid off. They cannot remit any payment as of now. So once the US goes into total shutdown, it affects everyone that benefits from the United States of America. Where can I apply? So I've had clients coming here at HARVY saying we've got links to apply. I want to put it very clear to you that there is no official communication for DV lottery. We are all waiting from the Department of States to put official communication about DV lottery. So no one should lie to you that there is an online registration for DV lottery. This is mostly asked question here. Mr. Harvey, do we need to pay the $1 fee we hear? Yes, we need to pay. It's true. The Department of State introduced $1 fee for each applicant, or for each application you submit. So the reason why they have put this is just to regulate or to get serious applicants. There's no other payment is required during the submission apart from the $1 fee. Pay only if selected at attending the visa interview. Yes, there is $1 fee for registration, but later, after being selected or being nominated, there's another fee you pay at the embassy to process your visa application. Remember, this is permanent residence application. So for DV lottery is migrant application. People are moving to the United States for permanent stay. Most of the applicants or most of the candidates for DV lottery normally go to Kenya. Why? Because Kenyan embassy is mandated to handle all the migrant visas. However, we have some few exceptional cases where immigrants, applicants are given visa slots at US Embassy here in Uganda, but those are few, and they have started to merge services from Kenya to Ugandan Embassy. So don't hear that someone has done his or her immigrant visa interviews in Uganda, and then you say, Mr. Harvey said every migrant is supposed to go to Kenya. You need to mark that very well. Should I include my children? The answer is yes. List all unmarried children under 21 years. Biological, adopted, or stepchildren. So you're allowed, you're given that freedom of including all kids, all children that are living with you. Whether you're living with them at that moment or they are somewhere, you're allowed to include them in your application. Omitting an eligible child causes automatic disqualification. It means every eligible child is supposed to be included in your application. Once they get to know that you've left someone behind, you've not included that child that is qualified or eligible to be part of the application, it calls for automatic disqualification. Someone who's married or who's above 21 years is not included. Can I apply if I'm single? The answer is yes. Single applicants are eligible as long as you meet all the qualifications. If you marry after selection, your spouse can be added before the visa interview. So for example, you submitted in your application when you're single. By the time you selected, you got married. So you're allowed to add your partner into your application. So before you go for the interviews, when you're filling in the DS-260 application form, you can add your partner and go with her or him at the interviews. Proof is required. Maybe you can proof with a marital picture or marriage certificate or a wedding video, anything that brings proof. Education or work requirements. Education or work requirements. Minimum high school diploma or equivalent. In some countries they call it high school diploma, but here in Uganda it's high school certificate. Or 2 years of work experience within the past 5 years in a skilled occupation requiring at least 2 years of training. So literally here they are saying, if we stopped in senior 4 and you've been employed maybe 5 years working, then within those 5 years you must have gotten the 2 years of training. It can be on-job training with evidence or with qualifications. Is Uganda eligible? Of course, yes, we are eligible to apply for DV 2027. Eligibility is based on country of birth, not citizenship. So if you're somewhere there and you're a citizen, you're in Kenya and you're a citizen, you're not allowed to apply as a Ugandan, or you're not allowed to apply as a Kenyan. So where you're born, it's where you're supposed to apply from, not where you reside. How many entries per person? Now, Ugandans, you know how you do your things. Only 1 entry per person each year. You're allowed to apply once in a given year. Multiple submissions lead to disqualification, of course, because you use your names, you use your date of birth, like you use your bio data information to apply. And even if you don't have a passport, as long as you have a national ID, you're allowed to apply. Couples can double their chances by each applying once. So I can submit and my wife can also submit, including all the family members. The photo requirements. This is very serious, and most of you have been disqualified with the photo requirements. The DV lottery photo specifications are unique, and they are different from other passport photos you normally take, because they want to see you with your ears wide, eyes, white background, and also the megapixels of 600 by 600 taken within the last 6 months. So don't bring your previous picture you took last year to use it this year. How are the winners selected? Winners are chosen randomly by a computer at the US Department of State. So it's the computer to pick, not human beings. So we all stand high chances of being selected. Selection is not influenced by agents or money or connection. When and how to check results? Well, so after the US Department or Department of State has put official link, the portal for DV Lottery 2027 will be open, and then the results will be checked 2026. So we apply in 2025 this month, then 2026 for 2027. So that's the process of DV Lottery. So we are applying for 2027, but we are applying now, 2025. We are expecting to apply this year or this month. We use the confirmation number to check your status. So after submitting in your application, there's a confirmation number you get. You need to note it somewhere. It's the one we use to retrieve the application. We use the confirmation number to retrieve or to get your results from your application you submitted. The US government does not send emails or calls. They don't. So you need to be aware of scammers who will be calling you, updating you about your DV Lottery results. They will put official information or notes about the results, and you just need to go back, check in the same link, put the confirmation number, and retrieve the application and get the status. What happens if I win? I've talked about this briefly in the previous slides. You need to complete the DS-260 visa application online. You remember there are different applications. For immigrants, permanent residents for United States, it's DS-260. Temporary stay is DS-160 application. You need to attend the medical exams for visa interviews. If approved, you receive an immigrant visa to the United States. Does winning guarantee a visa? No. Being selected doesn't mean you've won. You're just a selectee. You need to go for interviews. Once you pass, you get your visa. Once you fail, of course, you get your rejection. You must meet the visa requirements. Pass the background and medical checks. Have correct documentation. Please don't forge documents. Don't forge your documents. Common disqualifications. Submitting multiple entries. I've talked about that. Using fake or old photos. I've also mentioned that. Getting a family picture and crop yourself from there and then submit. Omitting spouse or children, omitting, avoiding your kids, not including your children in your family. That one disqualifies you also. Providing false information, and this is very common in this program. So you need to take note of that. Lost confirmation number. So after losing the confirmation number, can you get your application results? The answer is yes, because there's a provision where you put forget confirmation number, and then they will send a notification, and you set your password and get another confirmation number. Once you provide your name, date of birth, and email, you will recover your confirmation number. We've supported so many clients that have come here at HARVY World that have lost their confirmation numbers. Important tips for applicants. Apply early. Don't wait for the last day. This is very important. The moment the US Department of State opens or officially puts the official date for DV Eligibility this year, please, let's apply early. Use accurate information. Keep your confirmation number safe. And also avoid fake agents. Use secure internet. We've been warning you. There are so many fake agents out there. They have already put even false fake links. Some of you have started to apply even before they have put official notification. For now, I just want to wish you a good evening. Bye for now.